That is one side of the story, but another member of the Menendez family sees it very differently.
He thinks the brothers need to stay in prison.
Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes live in Beverly Hills to tell us who he is and why he feels that way. Rob.
Yeah, not everyone believes Lyle and Eric Menendez should be released. One of those people is Milton Anderson, not a very well-known name, but his sister Kitty Menendez was shot and killed by the brothers in this house. An impressive sight today outside the courthouse where the Menendez brothers were sentenced. Extended family members of the brothers surrounded by a sea of media asking for the two to be released from prison. But not every family member feels that way.
Mr. Anderson firmly believes that his nephews were not molested. He believes that that is a fabrication, and he believes that the motive was pure greed.
Attorney Kathy Cady represents Milton Anderson, the brother of Kitty Menendez. This photo of the siblings taken just 3 weeks before Kitty was shotgunned to death by her two sons in 1989. Cady says Anderson, who is now 90 years old, wants the brothers to remain imprisoned and serve their life sentences at the very least for killing his younger sister.
At the time of the trial, at least according to the Court of Appeal opinion, one of the brothers said that killing her was, quote, a mercy killing.
The latest move to release the brothers comes after the attorney for the two submitted new evidence he claims helps prove their father sexually abused them. But Cady says that was filed over a year ago and that District Attorney George Gascon is now using the case to drum up political support as he nears the election.
Mr. Anderson just wants to make sure that whatever decision is made, that it's not politically driven, that it really is done because of the right reasons.
Cady also says against California law, Anderson has been brushed aside by the DA's office, denied input on the fate of his sister's killers. Gascon's office declined to comment on Anderson's lack of involvement.
Mr. Anderson understands that he's not going to be the one who's going to be able to make the final decision, but he wants to make sure that the person who does make that final decision doesn't forget about him.
Now, Anderson's attorney says they sent a letter to George Gascon asking to meet with the DA before he makes any kind of decision on the Menendez brothers. They have not heard back.